Hello, thank you guys for tuning in today. The topic of our lecture today is motivations for moving west. Basically, we're looking to figure out why did people move west during the 1800s. And not surprisingly, people moved back then for many of the same reasons that people move today. The way we're going to approach it is by breaking it down into 4 categories. The first reason why people move are political motivations. The government does something or the government makes a law that encourages people to move west. The second category would be economic motivations. And just like today, one of the main reasons people move is for money or jobs or a way of making a living. The third category is going to be social motivations. This covers everything like, think quality of life. People want to live a better life. They want to be with their family. They want to practice a religion. That would all fit under social motivations. And then the fourth category would be technological motivations. People move because of new technology, and the 1800s is full of new inventions, new machines that encourage people to move west. So we're just going to go through, and I think there are probably 3 bullet points you're going to fill in for each of the 4 categories. Category number 1, political. How does the government encourage people to move west? Basically, the number 1 reason, I think, is that the government will acquire new territory. The government gets land. Things like the Louisiana Purchase. Here's a picture of the Mexican Cession. The government gets land and opens it up for people. One of the things we're going to talk a lot about is this idea that we had in the United States called manifest destiny. Basically, that it is the destiny of the United States to move and take over the entire continent, and people have to get it done, basically. The third political motivation people have is to escape tyranny and move to basically the only truly free country, the United States of America. People coming from Europe, people coming from Asia, to get rid of the old government that they had and to come to a place where they were actually part of the government. These are the 3 political motivations people had for moving in the 1800s. Next category would be economic. Number 1 is to exploit, to take advantage of the natural resources that were found in the United States. People went to California to get the gold. People went to Oregon to cut down the trees. People came to Iowa to take advantage of the good farmland. Another economic one, because most people were farmers, basically they could get free, or if not free, cheap land. It's hard to be a farmer if you don't have any land, and the best place to get land was in the West. The third one is probably our least popular, but definitely a major part of people moving west. It was to expand plantation agriculture. And of course, when we mean plantation agriculture, you should automatically be thinking cotton, which was the biggest cash crop, and slavery, which was the method of producing cotton in the 1800s. So our 3 economic motivations: exploit natural resources, to get free or cheap land, and to expand plantation agriculture. Number 4, social. What were the social motivations for moving west? One of the biggest ones was to practice your religion. There were many religious groups who came over from Europe or came from other parts of the country to practice their religion in peace. Maybe the most famous that we're going to talk about are going to be the Mormons. One of the ones that kind of makes sense to me is people are looking for adventure. People are looking for excitement. People want to live a different life than the one that they have been living their whole lives. Moving west is a good chance to change your lifestyle. And probably the most popular, people moved west because their family moved west. So they're going to be with family members. If your uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters are all leaving town and moving to California, there's a good chance that you're going to follow with them. So to be with family would be our third social motivation. And number 4, new technology. Some of the things that helped people move was better.
Tracy Brad, will you please call 57102? Thank you.
Better transportation. I apologize for the interruption. The steamboat, the train made it a lot easier to move west. New farming equipment, such as McCormick's reaper, such as the invention of the cotton gin, meant that you could make more money by farming. And the third one, you see a picture here, would be better communication. Basically, before inventions like the telegraph and the railroad to take mail, if you moved west, you never got to talk or see or hear anything that was going on. And you were basically cut off from your old life. But now you have a way to communicate and stay in touch with the people you left back home. So those are our 4 motivations. One more thing before you stop. One of Mr. Duker's favorite artists is from Missouri. His name is George Caleb Bingham. He does a lot of pictures about westward expansion. Here we have 3 guys on a flatboat. Here we have some people in the frontier practicing their shooting skills. And maybe my favorite picture, it's called the Jolly Flatboatmen, a group of guys floating on the Mississippi River. Probably not too far from St. Louis. And you can see in the background one of the brand new steamboats that we were talking about. Why am I telling you this? 2 reasons. If you write the initials in the top left corner, George Caleb Bingham, GCB. Go ahead and write GCB in the top left corner. I'll give you a couple bonus points for doing that. And the real reason I'm doing that also is because the St. Louis Art Museum has a big George Caleb Bingham exhibit right now going on. So if you want to really earn some extra credit points or just get in Mr. Duker's good graces, you can go check out the George Caleb Bingham exhibit, which is at the St. Louis Art Museum. I think it's like $14, but if you can talk your parents into going on Friday, it is free. Hold on to the paper that we just did today. You should have both sides filled in now, and Mr. Duker will collect it on Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hope you have a good day.